Hello, good day everyone, and welcome to the tutorial where we'll be talking about JavaScript functions and how to use JavaScript functions in our code. So we just kind of brush up a little bit on what functions are. So JavaScript functions are used to perform operations. So it's like a variable, just that functions are used to hold codes, block of code. Our variables are used to store values, while functions are used to hold, store codes so that it can be reused in our code, in our program. So we don't want to be writing different codes multiple times. So that is the idea of functions. And we're going to take a sneak peek at functions and how we can apply them to our code base. So here I just have my index.html, and I also create my main.js. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so successfully linked it, and I will just quickly test it out by saying console.log. Okay, so that's how I basically test it out per se, and I could just copy the paths and open up my browser. Okay, so we are all set up. We are set up. So let's look at JavaScript function. So basically, we're just gonna look at the syntax and then we look at applying it as practical base. So you're gonna understand that you keep doing it. You understand? So yeah, we have the function. So basically, every function starts with the function keyword. So we have the function, just like a variable. We have the variable keyword, and then we have the name and value. But in this case, we're going to have the name. Let's say as say hello. So basically, this function is just going to say hello. So now we have, this is the syntax for writing function. Then we could add some arguments, like we could add some argument and argument. So these arguments are kind of variables that live in a function. They are placeholders. So we can have, so we could just have stuff. Then the code to be run, yeah, so our code to be executed. I think that would be better. So we have that, and we know the syntax of writing our function. So this is the syntax. Why not we just try out something? And also to call out this function, we just say hello. So we are calling it out just like a variable. We have name is equals to test, and we want to use the name. We just call out the name. But because this is a function, we added the double quote, that's bracket. So let's just experiment something. So I have a function here that is going to say hello each time I call. It's going to print hello to the console. I'll just say hello. So I'll not say console.log hello world. And if I come here, oh, nothing is showing. Yeah, remember we just defined it, so we have not called the function. So I'm just gonna say hello. So yeah, so now we've defined the function here and we've called the say hello here. Good. Let's see what happens if I refresh. Great. So you see hello world now. So I just have to, if I need to use this in 100 places, I just kind of duplicate it and it prints hello world. So you could see that functions help you to make your code more easy and you don't have to repeat yourself. Great. So we are going to also look at how we could add some argument. Now we have arguments and parameters. So parameters are the one that live here. So parameters are what we pass in here, while arguments are what we pass in here. And basically, you could get confused in the concept of parameters and argument, but as you proceed and as you put your mind down to really understand its differences, trust me, you're gonna understand and grab the concept. So now, the idea of arguments are to enable you passing dynamic functions. For example, I want to have a name here. Now, this name is kind of a placeholder. So it's meaning that this name can be anything. It could change. It could be any value. So you don't want a situation where I want to say hello. For example, I say hello, Joseph. So once this Joseph to be dynamic, that is to change. We don't want it to be static. So each time we call the function, we can decide what name we want to put there. So that is why we have this argument here and we could use it in different places. So in this case, what we just have to do is instead of saying hello, then we're just gonna say hello plus name. So definitely now whatever we're passing as name is going to say hello and that name. So that is why we do have arguments here. So whatever we're passing here only lives in this function and can be used in the function. So let's see how we will do that. So now we pass name here. So here you don't just come and say name. Remember, it's just like a variable. This is a placeholder. So you're not going to pass in the name like this. You're going to pass in the value. So now, for example, name is going to be Joseph. So you can see now I don't just pass in the name. This Joseph is automatically becoming the value of this placeholder. I call it placeholder because I kind of don't find another name to call it. So now let's see what this is gonna print out. Whoa, cool. So you can see it prints out hello Joseph. So let's call the function again. Say hello and let's pass in Mike. Oh, cool. So you see it says hello Mike. So that is the concept of argument and parameters and functions is a bit straightforward and you're not going to see so much example on this basic introduction to functions, but as you kind of progress you're going to see advanced usage of functions and how you could play around with parameters and arguments. Probably when we start our project sessions, you're going to see a lot more details on how you could apply this concept, but just for you to know the basic concept. So here we're just going to try you do some conditionals and we're going to write some if statements, if name. So now you can use this on your if statement. So we are saying whatever value is being passed here, we are going to check it against some stuff. So if name is equal to Joseph, so we are going to console the log hello plus name. So then we also add another string. You are welcome. Okay, you are welcome to my website. So we are kind of checking to make sure that this name is Joseph else. So if the name is not Joseph, whatever the person passed there, if it's not equal to Joseph, then we'll just console the log or something like just say hello, welcome, then plus name. So you could see how we are leveraging the name. So this name cannot be used outside this function, like say console.log name. So it's going to throw an error that name is not defined if I should run this code. So let's see. Oh, you see, nothing is here, it's empty. So that is it. So you can, okay, so this is the continuation of our function. So we're going to be exploring the functions and what it holds and what it can do. We're going to see what we can use the function to do. So we're going to be building a basic calculator, and it's just going to be an addition calculator, and it's going to take in two properties, that is two numbers, and we're going to get the addition of the two numbers. So basically, how a calculator works is that it accepts input from a user and then you give it instruction, either addition or subtraction. But because this is a basic level calculator, so we are going to be having just an addition calculator. So let's dive straight in and see how it works. So here with me, I have just a basic comment here which says what I'm going to be doing. So we know function, so addition calculator. So this is the name of the function and we are ready to get started. So I have a description. Let's quickly write the description so we know what we are up against. Okay, our calculator wants accepts two numbers at, okay, it gets the sum of the two numbers, and 3, it displays the result. Okay, so here's what we are going to be doing in this session, and what we just need to do is, if you go back here, you know that our function can accept placeholders. So we're going to be needing placeholders for this, so we could be able to accept the two numbers because we don't know what the numbers are. So we just want to assume, and we're going to call it num1 and num2. So basically this will represent whatever number the person will be inputting. You know, we've talked about the placeholder previously. So now all we just need to do is to create a variable which is called result. So this result is going to hold the sum of the two numbers, which is just saying num1 plus num2. So that's all, and what we do is console.log result. So if I should check my browser and reload, let's see what we have. Okay, I have nothing, and that is because I haven't called the function. So I haven't called the function. So all I just need to do is say addition calculator, and then you can see it's asking me for two numbers, that is num1 and num2. You see, so we put in num1 as 5 and num2 as 5, so this should give us 10. If I should go back, reload, wow, great. So you see it gives us 10. So I could also reuse that function. The reason why we need function is for reusability, like I said earlier. So I can reuse that function and say addition calculator. I can call it from my terminal here, and you can still see it's asking me to input num1 and num2. Let me just zoom this in, so you can see num1, num2. So I can just put 10 and 50. So this should give me 60. Good. So you can see it's giving me 60. So basically this is what you can use a function to do. So as we proceed, we're going to be looking at some other use cases of function just for you to get the basics, you understand? So now we're going to combine function with conditionals. So let's see how we could combine function with conditional. Okay, I will just comment this and let's see. So basically what I want to do is that I'm going to have a function that is going to accept a person's name, that is It will ask you to input a name, and then based on the name, we are going to print out some details like we've done in the previous lesson. So I'm just going to print out some informations like maybe the hello and the name. So let's just see. Okay, so I'm going to accept an input. I'll just write down the steps that I want to do, so that's going to give me a clear pathway of what we are trying to achieve. I'm going to say ask user for their name. Yep, then we're going to run through some condition and print result. So let's get started. So basically, function, let's just say, okay, let's call this print username. So you could notice that I'm using some kind of name combination for my functions. So there are different naming conventions. We have the camel case, we have the snake case. So let me just get it down here. Naming conventions. So you could always look it up at naming convention for functions, variables. I think I thought about this, but let's just go through it. So we have the snake case, that is addition calculator. Then we have the camel case, that is addition. So basically I use the camel case most frequently. So most of my code you're gonna see camel case. You can check out, these are just the common ones. Let me call it common naming convention. Yeah, so we know that this function is going to accept a username, and then we're going to run through some condition. We're going to say if name is equals to, okay, let's create a variable to hold the condition, the name we are going to check. So let's condition. Okay, I just need something to call it. Okay, let's say user inputs. This is gonna be user input. I'm gonna have a name here. I'm gonna call this Mike. So we're gonna say if user input is equals to Mike, that's the name. So basically we're saying if whatever the person input is equals to Mike, then we are running some function. If user input is equals to Mike, then we're gonna console.log hello. Just some basic functions, basics. So hello plus user inputs. Then we're gonna have welcome to my website. So if not, then we just say dot log. Then we just log the name hello plus then the name. Yeah. So user input, sorry, I should do that. Oh, come on, I added my plus inside plus user input. So our function is completed. We just have to call the function. So we're gonna call the function print username, and we want to pass in user input, but we want to dynamically accept the user inputs. So we are not going to be doing it from the code. So what we are going to do is to create a function, let user inputs equals to prompt. So this prompt is going to say enter your name, then we are passing whatever we put here as the name. So whatever we get from the prompt, so this is the flow. We ask the user for his name, then we pass in the name here, then we run this function. So let's see how it goes. Your name, Joseph. Okay, Okay, so you see, it says hello Joseph. So because it's not Mike, so this condition did not run. So you just say hello Joseph. Okay, let's put Mike. Oh, cool. So you see, hello Mike. Welcome to my website. So basically, functions is just to make your code reusable. I mean, and kind of make your code neat. As usual, I will put this code on my GitHub, so you could always have access to it. Link in the description. Other lesson, if you've missed a couple of classes, you could always check the YouTube channels. I make sure I do upload them. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe and leave a like. Any questions you have, drop it in the comment section. And also, if you could, then you could help share the video. But please and please and please, try to leave a like and comment. So it could help get the video to others who are also trying to learn. You understand? Okay, so thank you. So basically that is all for functions, and our next class will be on JavaScript objects. We are progressing, we are trying to get as fast as possible so we could start building the cool and crazy stuff with JavaScript, and you're going to see how it's being used in the real world. We're going to build tons of applications, so stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. So hope to see you guys on the next lesson. Thank you.